Nothing like dying in a nuclear explosion to make you happy that you're still alive when you wake up again. So hey guys, welcome back to the Stanley Parable Part 3. I have subtitles turned on for this one. What the heck? This is nowhere near the same place.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait a minute, what? How did I get here? This isn't where you're supposed to be. Is this like random? Jump scare? Maybe? I don't know, PewDiePie said jump scare when he was looking at one of the pictures, which made me think maybe one of the pictures was that.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
No, but... Holy crap, well, why? That is so weird. This is not the room that you usually start out in. I've started this game like 8 times, and it's never started me in here like this. It still goes to this room, though.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I assume that doesn't change anything. 411, anybody got the info on this? I don't know, man.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
No.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a
Stanley thought he was better at
Stanley
walking.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There we go, now we're getting better at it. Trying to like look around and see if I can recognize any of these places from... Holy shit! Oh god, that scared me. I didn't expect this room to open up. What is in here? It's a picture of a panda. Business strategy? That's terrible, man! That guy's pointing a gun at the panda's head. Oh god, do I even dare? What the hell is this? We were supposed to... Oh, I got it. The curiosity's killing me. I gotta see what this does. Do. Is somebody singing? Two, three, four. It sounds like the narrator. Where are we going and how long is it going to take us to get there? Okay. Should I be moving around? Should I be trying something? Should I pick something up off the floor? Okay. We're in the same room. Well, that's the most pointless elevator I've ever seen. That's the title of the... That's like the icon on your desktop when you start the game. Anyway.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
See, I love how the game does things like this to eliminate the monotony, the repetition, because it knows you've already been through it. So it kind of, you know, just kind of extricates the process of getting back to where you were. So that you can, you know, go for the next ending or whatever. It's pretty funny indeed. Pop, pop, fizz, fizz, or what relief it is.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So, unless there's some way to dismantle the bomb, I think we've seen all the endings there are to see that way. But we haven't seen what happens if you go this way. So, we're going to do that now.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Say what? Violent death? Have expect to see Arnold Schwarzenegger coming out of here. Come out of one of these doors.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah, he did. God, what is all the mist in here, man? What is this thing? It's just a pipe. More mist.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Damn straight. What else am I gonna do? I've already died in a nuclear bomb explosion. You think death is gonna dissuade me? Well, here it is, guys. The entrance to hell. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know, man. I can't believe that elevator, man. What the heck? Ow. It's a hard landing.
As the machine whirred into motion and
What is
Stanley
that?
was inched closer and closer to
What?
his eyes, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Don't!
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and short life.
Shit. No! Oh, God. Shit, this is scaring me. Don't. Ah!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as
What?
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a
What?
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body.
Why is it a
killing him
woman?
Instantly.
I'm saved. Ah! What the hell? Why did the narrator change into a woman? Did he give up?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly
Am I
did the
dead?
narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know. Am I the narrator? Oh my
Every
God.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance. Death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh
Do you
God.
see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Does this have anything to do with my office being different at the beginning? Nature paintings. Oh, this office layout. Huh. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, and the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Yeah, because normally you start in your office and you come out here, and there's this here, and there's like that one computer that you can turn on, and then you come through here, and then there's this room, and there's the 420 and the plant up in that corner. Then you come through here, and you come to the two doors. And then, of course, you have to make your choice. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, and an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. It's just another cubicle that somebody can fart into. Is any of these open? File cabinet. Button sounds. Alrighty then. So this is kind of like, I almost want to say this is like the developer's room ending in Chrono Trigger. Office computers, we're wasting electricity here, guys. Turn these off. There's the credits for you right there. Made by Source using Valve. It's Kevin Brighting as the narrator. Star of the show right there, man. So you can go right or left. This is a really nice room. Like, this looks like... It almost looks like a combination of the White House and the Titanic. Not that I know what the White House looks like or anything, nor the Titanic. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Ugh. Now that's creepy. Ugh. It looks more like a torture room or something. What could be over here? Gosh, there's so much to look at here. Like, what?
When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upwards to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever. Stanley pushed the number 6.
Stanley pushed the number 6. Is there a number 6? It's too bad there's not subtitles for this part. The employee lounge right here. Not nearly as nice as the real one. It's underground, an early version of the underground portion of the game. There's so much to see here as far as like the making of the game. Let's see what's up here. I'm not sure. I don't have a system for how to go through this place. Freedom ending. Then we go up top here. We have countdown desk. Oh, a different version of the freedom ending? I like that. Looks like that place in Final Fantasy X. Just before you get to the moon flow. See, this is the elevator. It's countdown room, man, oh man. That's pretty much mostly kind of the same. Let's see, what did I miss over here? I missed something. Or this just leads back into this room. Wait, yeah. Office clock. 11:29. I haven't been going for that long. It's about the same amount of time I'd gone in the first video. I think that place where I was when I turned around eventually meets back up with this side, so... Let's go through here. The office. Maintenance room. If someone could just get rid of the text, maybe then I could see what the game is about. Oh my god. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image that was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Nice. It's almost like the... almost looks like the desert in Skyward Sword a little bit. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Jeez. The sound of my pants rubbing against each other as I walk. I tell you. Some more office, the pencil sharpener. This goes back out to... Oh. The phone. I don't think we've seen that yet. We definitely haven't seen that. Cargo lift, we haven't seen that either. Yeah, we'll see that room sooner or later. I don't know if it'll be in this video. Probably not at the rate we're going here. Just like... Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. Huh. Will the game feature... capybaras? I don't know. Dear narrator, how do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin. I don't know, dude. I don't know how to make that that font show up. You know what? You can check those out for yourself if you're so inclined. Hey, it's my office. Cool. Or different versions of my office. My phone's ringing. Can I answer it? One of my computers is on in this one. Well, the computer's kind of on in this one, too. Can't get into any of these, though. Nice architecture, yet again. Tell you what, man. It's game design mock-up. I think that's all of it. I don't know what I'm really supposed to be doing in here. Wait a minute.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
So what, do I just turn the game off now? Is that what I'm doing here? I guess so.
Can you see how much they need one another?
What?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
What, do I miss the narrator? Well, I do miss the narrator a little
Listen
bit.
to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push
What?
escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
No.
As you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do,
Nope, live
choose
free and
it.
die hard,
Don't
baby.
let time choose for
Live
you.
free
Don't
and
let
die
time-
hard! Well, I'm not hard anymore. I squished right up in between those two metal planks, I guess you could say. Hello? Anybody home? How long should I wait? That's the thing, you never really know how long you should wait. Usually if you wait like about 15 seconds and nothing happens, that means you've hit a dead end and you can move on. But, I mean, I don't want to quit the game because I kind of don't want to lose my progress. Because some things in the game, like the narrator instantly opening the door for you without you having to put in the code, that depends on you having been through the game a couple of times to unlock those lines like that. Well, then again, I guess I'm not going back in there, so I guess we're starting over. Damn. Guess that's the only choice I have, really. Oh, back in our old familiar office. My desk looks slightly more unkempt than usual. Can I just sit down here and do nothing? Just stay here forever? No, that's not gonna work. Room 429.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, narrator, it's so good to have
Stanley
you back.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe. So what do we got left? We haven't gone down the stairs. We could still do that.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Yeah,
open doors,
let's do that
he entered
first.
the door on his left.
Because, kind of like to get all
Yet
these
there was not a
possibilities out of the way
single person
first.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The hell he did. Let's see, we got a red light here. We got black market DVDs down here and assorted torn up Amazon boxes. Got a fire hose. God, this just walks right out. What the heck?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled.
Yeah?
This is all a dream.
That makes about as much sense as anything else here.
Felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
What?
He wasn't going to lose his
That
job.
came much sooner
He
that
wasn't
time.
Crazy after all.
Dude, let me go back.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring
God, what
real-life
the
job
hell?
pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Oh, lucid dreaming for the
He
win.
imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Nice.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Oh my God, this is
How was he
amazing.
remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming
Use
about
the
a
crowbar.
voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing
Why is this
my
car
thoughts,
running?
he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
Stupid
Believing
doors.
that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
I'm awake, alright.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Yes,
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Yes,
the fresh
mattress.
air of the world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Sometimes there is
I'm through
nothing
with this
better
dream. I wish it to be
than
over.
waking up.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
Okay, Desmond.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
My wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
I am okay.
Please let me wake up somewhere else. In my... Oh, man, what?
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
I'm sorry about that.
Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariela.
What?
Mariela woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And
Did he get too close to the Mani Mani statue?
Ambulance. For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Well, of course.
I am in control of my mind.
I work 16 hours a
what
day.
real
I'm
and
so
what isn't.
lucky.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career. And by
Yeah, it's all
extension,
about what other
the
people
rest of
think
her
that
life.
dictates your
She
life.
had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Nobody ever had
And then
time
she
for me.
turned and ran.
Go on to your perfect little life, Mariela. Screw you. Because I'm never going to. You probably have a husband anyway. And here we are again. See you guys next time.